I can get fly, 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 fly. I can get fly, 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 fly. I can get fly, 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 fly. I can get fly, 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 fly. Relax your mind and let.
Hey everyone, this is episode 4 of Real2Her. And today we're talking about, I don't remember now.
Your outfit is very pretty.
Oh,
it really is. That green is popping.
Where
you
was going?
Trying to get your husband to take you on a date?
Yeah, because we don't go on dates. So.
Don't.
We going on a date tonight.
Oh, that's cute. In real life?
A dinner. Just a little dinner party.
In real life?
Small dinner party. Yes.
Oh, I think I got invited to this VIP dinner party.
Yes, you did. I'm sure. So,
okay.
What are we talking about today?
We are talking about home buyer programs. These first time home buyer programs.
Y'all gonna have some people in your inbox today.
They need to be. They need to be.
Before we start on that, just a reminder of who we are. You are.
My name is Katrina Harley.
I'm Kiana Thompson.
And I'm Erica King. And I like when they bring their little perfumes. I'm really not a perfume person. I think I have a very sensitive nose. So I can smell a lot of stuff. So I'm not a big fan of perfume. So I like sweet and soft.
So we're going to start pushing her to buy some sweet and soft scents.
I do though. But I don't like change. So I'm very I stick to what I know.
She doesn't like change.
I don't. Some things, because I like to change where I travel. I like to change decorations in my house, and Trina don't want to come over there and decorate.
We almost got her to change to go into the Gucci store the other day too.
Oh, they got me in the Gucci store, and I was going to buy a belt.
Yes.
And I said, oh, she said the belt $300. So I said, oh, okay, got a little bump.
I thought they $5. They was
girl, they was $7.
Oh.
I said, oh, okay, see y'all later.
The one she wanted. But anyways.
That belt's so small, but anyway.
Let's talk about this perfume that Katrina brought in today.
Yes. I love perfumes.
And I can't afford none of their perfumes because I'm going to spend $100 on the bottle, maybe $150, but $600 is kind of above my budget.
Who said this was $600?
I Googled it when you weren't looking.
You didn't find this to be $600.
It was.
Well, if you saw our last
episode,
you'll know that Erica doesn't save, so she can buy another.
If she wanted to.
If she wanted to.
You'll know that Erica eats, so the next time we're going to put a plate of food right here on this because that's what I prefer.
And she could talk about it.
Thank you. Now, let's talk about this little
this perfume I absolutely love is Diamond Blue by Versace. And this was a gift, so I don't know how much it costs. I lied. I Googled it, but it smells amazing. I'm a soft, sweet, fruity, and flowery girl.
It's the flowers.
I can't do the flowers.
I love the flowers. I love the soft, sweet-smelling flowers, and I love the fruity smells. Like berries.
Could you spray this so we can see what it smells like?
Honey, this smells good. What do you want me to spray?
On yourself? I can't. Don't put that on my skin.
Test it now. It's real nice.
I think I might be rubbing on you. It's the flowers. I don't like it.
I like it.
It's amazing. I don't know what you're talking about.
I'm not a flower person.
I'm a flower girl. Flower bomb. Bonbon.
I have flower bomb.
Well, flower bomb is very flowery.
Not the one I got is sweet. Whatever one I got is sweet.
YSL. That's very flowery, fruity, but it's rose. The rose one. Okay. So this is one of my favorite. I love the way it smells. It lasts for a very long time. One little spray and it's there.
I don't like when you smell that.
Okay, so first time home buyer programs.
Yes.
Do you guys like them?
I hate them. And I'm going to tell you why. I don't like, I can't tell you how I feel about the home buyer programs from way back when, from years ago. I can tell you about the current home buyer programs that for me and from my experience with my clients are full of crap. And I'll say why. Yes, you have to go through the class.
8 hours.
The 8-hour class. You got to get your certification. But they are zoned specifically for certain cities. Some of them have a group of cities.
There are cities and zones within the cities.
Yes, zones within the city. Sometimes they have counties. They have a Miami-Dade County one. They have a Broward County. But within their counties, there's certain cities that you have to pick the home in. But then they also have specific cities. Individual cities have their home buyer programs, first time home buyer programs.
Mm-hmm.
So from what I've experienced with this $40,000 home buyer program, will give you $40,000 towards your down payment, closing costs, up to. There are a lot of fine print.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of fine print and a lot of loopholes that they will use for you to not be eligible for the home buyers program. My experience, I know I sound like a Debbie Downer, but I didn't like what happened with one of my clients. So she came to me already pre-approved with a home buyers program approval, certification. And they specifically told her she can get it in this particular city. She wanted to find a home in that particular city. We looked over the information, being a loan officer, we looked over the information. Yes, that's what it says. Went through the process, got a contract. As they said, she needed a contract. Verified with the counselor. Yes, the city is a part of it. When we get down to requesting the funds, oh, the city is not a part of the home buyers program. But it says it's listed on there. Well, that's an old list and it's no longer available. Mm-hmm. You have to go directly to the city to get the funds. So we go to the city. They have a whole different process. You cannot be under contract first before you are approved for the funds. Now, the other program allows you, they want you to have a contract first before they approve the funds and allocate the funds.
Now, let me ask you a question.
Yes.
And I'm just playing devil's advocate.
Go ahead.
Because I came from the county.
Yes, go ahead.
And who job was it to verify that information before y'all went under contract?
What do you mean?
Who should have verified the funding before you went under contract?
The counselor and the lender.
Okay.
Yeah. And we did. With the program that she was approved for, and they said that it was approvable. The city. So the city that she found the property in was one of the ones listed as
on the old list.
On the old list. So the problem isn't that the funds wasn't available. The property that she chose
is not qualified.
It's not qualified.
And how do you find that information out after you've gone under contract?
What do you mean?
How would she have known that that property didn't qualify?
That's a good question because she should have known. No, there's no way. Because if it's listed, then it should be a part of it. We went through the whole process. We contacted the social worker, the administrator. All they can say was, we apologize. We apologize. There's a new list. We apologize. You got to go directly to the city that she is requesting because it's not part of the program anymore.
Okay. Now, let's put you on pause. Kiana, when you had that client, I haven't had a client, I kind of tell them in the beginning, and that's because of where I came from. I kind of worked where they approved and denied that stuff, so I kind of have a little more insight on the background. But Kiana, you had a client who was under contract and at closing.
So my story is a little similar to Katrina, but my client chose her own lender. She had two. The one in the beginning, she decided to go with someone else who was able to approve her for more.
Okay.
With that being said, he even told her and went to the extent to say, hey, you qualify for down payment assistance up to $40,000 in Broward County. Me not knowing anything about the programs, I don't like them. I don't recommend them. Shout out to everyone who gets them.
My friend say shout out.
I don't like them. So called the lender because it's someone that she was working directly with to get the information. He was very like, oh, she just needs to find a house in these areas. Okay.
Same
Found
thing.
a house in the area. Oh, this house doesn't qualify. You have to stay within these zones. So every house that she liked, I had to look up first in the tax records to make sure it was zoned for the program.
Okay.
So not just the city itself.
Not just the city.
But it has to be zoned.
But it has to be zoned in certain codes.
Wow.
So I had to look up the codes and everything. Once we found a house, got an offer accepted. She even went over appraised value because she knew that she had extra money now because the city is paying up to $40,000 for closing and down payment. Everything going smooth. He's like, oh yeah, you qualify for the program. Everything is going good. 2 weeks before closing, he tells her, oh, you don't qualify. Well, what do you mean she doesn't qualify? We found the house. You said her income qualifies.
Right.
Everything is good, right? No, her income's too much. She makes too much money. But you knew that from the beginning when you pre-approved her, because you knew how much money she made. You got her bank statement.
Right, because you got to gather all the information.
Yeah, you gathered everything. So how did she not get approved? Long story short, she wanted to back out of the contract because she was so frustrated. There was no way she was going to be able to get that money. I was willing to put up money for my commission check just so she can close.
Right.
Thank God she was able to get the money. I didn't have to contribute, but I did give her a closing gift. But
that's the same.
It goes to show that you don't know what you're going to end up with these programs. So my recommendation, I'm sure the same with them, I would stay away from them.
Yeah.
I have another story too, but we'll leave that for another time.
Yeah.
But that's one of my stories.
Well, the same thing with my client is that at the end of the day, they wasn't going to fund her the money. They already approved her, already told her that she qualified, just found a house. She found the house. Now it's not in the city that you said that she can use as a city. So we had to find another program for the city. And now the city's guidelines are totally different. And she no longer qualifies because she made too much. So the guidelines were different at the end of the day. And we didn't want her to lose the deal. So we had to, come up with some money for her. Fortunately, everything worked out. She was able to get what she needed to get. The lender was able to offer some credits to offset the closing costs. And to make a long story short, she was able to get the house that she wanted, but not through the home buyers program.
You say that every week to make a long story short, but your stories be long.
Don't talk to me like that.
They'll probably be longer.
My stance on it is, because I came from that side, working in grants for so long. So what a lot of people don't know is no free money is free.
Exactly.
No free money is free. So guess what? If it's free, it's not going to be easy to get. And there are there are little details that people overlook. And I think because people get me, you tell me out, you give me $10,000, like I know where we're going to eat at. Like we going to Bar G. I've been waiting to do it. So. But we don't pay attention to what comes along with that $10,000 that they gave us. I mean, when you win the lottery, it's not just winning the lottery. You got to contribute to the school funding. You have to contribute to taxes. So
50% of it, basically.
I know one program in Broward, but it doesn't give you 40. I know that it's a definite, solid program, and they match $4,000. If you say 4,000, they'll give you 4,000. 4,000 may sound like it's not a lot. It's a lot.
It is a lot.
That's the only program that I can vouch for. And inbox us. Reach out to us. We'll give it to you. We can't tell everybody. Y'all got to call us. But there is one program in Broward County that I can stand on, that I worked with, that definitely will contribute. And the criteria is really just meeting with a financial advisor, following with them for 3 months, letting them see that you can handle, because it's hard. You can't call your landlord no more when you buy a house.
Right.
But the other programs are really based off of first come, first serve, availability. They are based off on the market per day. So yesterday they had 40,000. Tomorrow you still qualified for 40,000, but if they don't have it available, you won't get it.
And income limits.
It's
not because you're a first-time home buyer.
DTI
alone.
is
I tell
so
the client,
so
there's things that a lot of people don't know. I have family members that live in income restricted apartments. They give you 5% back. It's solid money. They're not asking for nothing in return if you stayed there for more than 2 years. That's money that you can use.
Right.
It's 5% of what you've paid since you've been living there. Another program, Section 8. I had a Section 8 client right now. She went through Section 8. Section 8 actually gave her, I want to say, $10,000 towards closing. And we're in the process, but it's solid money. They're not asking for her nothing in return. So you just have to know they're not giving you something that you can't save. So for one, you have to save.
You still have to come up with your own money.
And the programs that are giving you this unrealistic number, because right now in today's market, you don't have $40,000 with your closing and down payment, not for what you're going to qualify for under that program.
Right.
Because they're limited at, I think, $350,000 on a purchase.
Exactly. That's another thing.
Your closing costs not going to come up to $40,000 on a $350,000 house anyway. So right there is a sign, like, How y'all gonna tell me I could get 40,000 and
I don't even use all of that. I don't need all of
It's just
that.
to get people excitement.
Yeah.
I know when I purchased my first house, I was like that. I went to the 8-hour class. My husband was miserable. I went to this 8-hour class and I listened and I'm like, I gotta stay in this house for 10 years.
Yes.
Then before I could sell the house, you gotta do this first. So it's
a
not
second
free.
lien. Yeah.
Plus the interest rates.
Yeah.
No one
Because
knows
they're
the
paying back.
interest.
So it's like the government help you. And I'm not gonna knock it too. There are some people that have no other choice.
Yeah, true.
I had an elderly lady that reached out to me that had the DPA program and 40,000, but she had got so saddened with not finding something, because if you were selling your house and you had to get 2 evaluations on the house, you had to get a second underwrite, because that's what they have to do. It's not only the lender verifying their information. These programs have their own
Yes, they
people
do.
that have to go back over, and
Yes.
that's how these deals fell through.
Yes.
She didn't have no patience for it, but guess what she did? She said, okay, Erica, I'm going to give myself 2 years to save this money that they said they were going to give me. And she called me, I want to say maybe 2 weeks ago, and was like, I'm only 5,000 short. And I told her, when you're just 3,000 short, let's go start looking at houses.
Exactly.
Because not every house is going to require the same amount of money down.
That's true.
Right.
So don't let that discourage you.
Yes.
Mhm.
Would you sell your house to somebody that say, hey, I want to buy your house for $350,000, they getting $40,000 from somebody, but this somebody that's giving them $40,000 want you to recheck your house, do another inspection? The seller's not taking these contracts.
Mm-mm.
Mhm.
Mm-mm.
They're
The
not.
sellers are not taking these. It makes your process harder. It is easier for you to go through an FHA loan.
Yes.
Yep.
Save your
The 3.5%.
Your closing roughly is about another
3.5.
3.5%.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
You can do it by yourself, and then it just takes a weight of stress off of you. That was stressful for you
Very.
to tell me I won, but
But
you
Get all the
only
way
win if
to
you live
the
under the
end.
garbage. by the side.
That's insane.
So there are some programs that are technically DPA.
Mhm.
The ones that I mentioned. I have another one through Broward County. I have a direct connect with them. They are affiliated with the direct connect because they affiliated to me. I got the hookup. But reach out to us if that's something that you're interested in and you're looking to live in Broward County. One of us will be able to assist you, get you some direct connections, and understand that we are here for you.
yes.
We're going to keep it real.
We're going to keep it real.
Real. Keep it
Transparency is very important to us.
Yep.
Even though Trina want to wear pink every week and not let us
Every
wear
week.
pink,
It's not going to change.
but we here for you. Right? No down payment assistance programs. We're against it.
We
No
are.
down payment.
And it's not because,
We don't
It
want you to get that free.
right, it has nothing to do with that. We know at the end of the day with the fine print what you're going to be able to get and what you're not going to be able to get. It sounds good,
And
but
nothing in life is free.
nothing in
Nothing
life
is
is free. All
All
right.
right. We'll see you next week.
Bye.
Trina won't wear pink.
I certainly will.